Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Chapter 3 is here, and with that today I'm going to be showing you guys everything new in Chapter 3 from locations, guns, mechanics, and more. I'm really excited for this video and I hope you guys are too, so let's get right into it. Alright guys, so to start off, I'm going to be taking a look at all the new Chapter 3 locations on the map. If you guys want to skip ahead, I'm leaving some timestamps on the screen right now. But anyways, let's hop into the first location, the Joneses. Alright guys, I'm not going to lie, this place gives me a lot of Chapter 1 vibes. It sort of feels like Moisty Myers and also like Lazy Lagoon, but it's not actually as well. But yeah, this place is kind of sick, I'm not gonna lie. There's like a lot of small huts, so we're gonna go ahead and explore one of these huts. I think it's around 1, 2, 3, it's 4 village houses in this entire area, and most of these are just small huts, and there's like a couple of chests inside. The thing I really like about this drop is there's so many like chests compacted in like these small areas, and there's also so much floor loots. And here it is, we have an NPC over here that sells an auto shotgun. That's pretty cool, and some meat as well. I'm not gonna lie, there's so much floor loot here. There's so much floor loot in the house, and I love ammo boxes. There's so many chests as well, and this actually might look like a good drop, so I'm not gonna lie. There's just so much loot here. I know one of these houses have vending machines as well, and one of these houses has slurp barrels, which is also very, very cool. So if you guys are looking to land somewhere in solos or duos, I think this might be the spot for you guys. Alright guys, now moving on to the next location we're going to explore, the Sanctuary. This location is something else. So, you guys remember the Mandalorian place where they added in Season 6 or Season 5, I believe? This sort of reminds me of that, except it's like a huge version of it. There is an NPC over here. I'm not sure what this does. This NPC doesn't really attack anyone. You can't really interact with it either. Let me see what happens if you kill it, though. Okay, so the sentry doesn't attack anyone, but when you do kill it, you get a Ranger Assault Rifle, which I'm not gonna lie is quite useless. I'm not gonna lie. The MK7 Assault Rifle is actually insane though, and we will get to this in a bit. Anyways, in this location there are a couple of henchman chests. Yup, the henchman chests are still OP as they usually are. I'd say similar to the Mandalorian house. If you guys remember, you can't really build walls inside. So it's gonna be quite awkward if you guys do get into a fight like these areas. You really can't build walls here. They did make it so you can build walls in these areas, which is quite nice, but still in certain spots like these you have to break it to build stuff. So all spawn fights in this location are gonna be quite tough, I'm not gonna lie. This location still has a lot of chest spawns, but I'd say the Jones has way more floor loot, and I'd say it's way better job for solos or duos. But yeah, moving on to the next location, here we go. This is the Daily Bugle. This is the Spiderman location, and this is actually quite insane because I actually expected the Spiderman location to be in somewhere where it's like a sort of city or town area, but no, this is in a volcanic area, so it's inside a volcano. I'm pretty sure this is the tallest building in Fortnite ever, and this building is pretty cool. If you land on top, these things actually can fall through them, so be careful. But yeah, there's actually so many layers. There's some slurp barrels here. So you got a couple of floor spawns here and there. There aren't a lot of chests, I'm not gonna lie, so chests are quite minimal. But to be fair though, like, the entire building is so big. You have like this whole corner of a building here, this whole corner. When you go towards the back, you have another corner over here. Overall, I'd say this location is actually pretty OP. There's a lot of chests. I would say the main building isn't as OP as I would have expected it. The two smaller buildings actually seem to have more loot. If I might be wrong, but they actually seem to have more loot than the main building itself. Alright, now the next location we have is Sleepy Sound. Now, I'm telling you guys, this location is by far probably one of the best I've seen so far, and definitely one of the most interesting. This place is huge. This is probably, in my opinion, or as far as I know, this is probably the biggest POI I've ever seen in Fortnite history. I'm not gonna lie, this place gives me like a sort of Tilted Towers, Retail Row, Greasy Grove vibe all together, and this is actually pretty cool. So to sum it up, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 buildings here. Now I'm pretty sure these two locations are interconnected, because when you go over here you can see how close the two locations are together. So if I'm not wrong, we have a school here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a school, guys, so we have a school in Fortnite? Is this a school? Or is this a hotel? Oh! Alright, so we have a hotel over here. We have a pool. We have a restaurant. A shop. So this is actually, yo, this is cool. It's like an urban sort of vibe. We have the Craggy Cliffs Sticks restaurant over here. And we also have a garage with a car spawn and tires. So this place is actually pretty good for rotation. You have a lot of cars everywhere. Alright guys, now moving on to the other side of Sleepy Sounds. Yo, this is definitely more cool than that other side. This is pretty much, we have 6 houses, I'm pretty sure, you know. We have 4 houses on each lane. Again, as I was saying, this is sort of like a retail robe sort of vibe, with a market, with a mall, and then with the houses. There's pretty much guaranteed 1 car in front of each house, or at least 1 and 2. And to be honest, each house doesn't actually have a lot of loot individually. There's like 1 or 2 chests in each, and a couple of floor spawns. But honestly, I think overall, the aesthetics of this place, it just looks really cool. I really wouldn't mind landing here. It is a bit edge map though, so which might be an issue in competitive Fortnite, but honestly though, the whole design is really, really cool, and I would definitely want to land here just because of how it looks. Alright guys, now moving on, we do have Logjam Lumberyard. I don't think I have to say much. This location is pretty much Logjam from Chapter 2, if you guys remember. Surely you guys remember Logjam from Chapter 2, but it's pretty much an extended, a larger version of Logjam. There's a huge area here where there's a lot of floor loot and chest. I'm not gonna lie though, this place looks really, really familiar. If you guys remember the GTA area where there's the logs. But overall, I would say this place isn't really that impressive. Yes, it is new, but you know, it's a version of Logjam, but still, I think so far, Sleepy Sounds is probably one of my favorite places in the map. Moving on to the next location, Shifty Shafts, Chapter 1 OG location. I don't think I have to say much. Really, nothing really has changed except the 2 houses are missing, but yeah, overall, Shifty Shafts is still the same thing. You know, with a couple of updated graphics, the trucks can now move. But I think otherwise, everything else here is probably the same. Yeah, everything else is definitely the same in Shifty Shafts. So there's nothing else to talk about. Moving on. Alright guys, here it is, Coney Crossroads. So this location is the most central POI we have currently. And again, nothing much to say. This gives, again, this looks like Retail Row. I'm not gonna lie. Half of these places look like a combination of Retail Row and like Salty Springs, Tilted Towers, but yeah, there's a couple of buildings here. Obviously, we have a gas station, so that's a 50% chance spawning of a Chonkers tire. We have a mall. This mall is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. We do have an NPC here. Nice. So we have the ice cream cone, guys. So this is from Sweaty Sands, if you guys remember. A garden center and a shop. Again, this location is similar to Sleepy Sounds, except it's a smaller, it's a smaller location with decent loot, I'm not gonna lie. But overall, man, this is actually a pretty cool location. So again, I'm saying this for every location, but every location is so new and so fresh, and genuinely, I just can't wait to play Comp Fortnite playing all these new locations. I can't lie. There are also a couple of houses here. Now, if you guys do remember, these 2 houses, why do they remind me of Lazy Lake's houses? Something about it, man. Something about it reminds me. Here we are at the next location, Rocky Reels. We have the Risky Reels sign here. Well, the movie screen. We have I'm pretty sure this is a club. We have a club here, okay? We have a club here. We have we have 2 shops here, signpost, guard post, and I think this is another shop or a club. This place, again, nothing much to say. It is pretty much Risky Reels with a bunch of new houses. To be honest, I think this might be a pretty underrated drop because there's just so much floor loot all around the place. Like, if you just look around, there's so much floor loot and there's so many cars. Especially with duos, I reckon this would actually be a pretty good drop spot because you do have enough loot for a whole duo. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this location. Let's move on to the next one. My oh my, Chonkers Speedway. Guys, do you guys remember in Chapter 1, when there was the same speedway at the end of the map, at the very bottom right of the map, Chapter 1, do you guys remember the same speedway? Here it is, a Chapter 3 version of the same speedway, Chonkers Speedway. This is actually crazy. So, essentially, you have guaranteed cars, guaranteed Lambos with Chonker tires every single time. But I think generally for Comp Fortnite, as this location is at the edge of the map, having all these Chonker tires, like these cars with Chonker tires, will be very useful. Let me check if they spawn with 100% fuel though. Yeah, they do. Okay, yo, this is actually so good. So if you land here at the end of the map, you get guaranteed 100% a Lambo with Chonker tires and also 100% fuel. This means easy rotations, especially with the map being so flat. And also, since it's duos now, I think this drop is absolutely perfect for duos. I'm not gonna lie, this is the perfect amount of loot. It's edge map, so you probably get rarely contested and you have like pretty much god guaranteed rotations. Alright, anyways, let me yoink one of these cars and we're gonna check out a new location. Alright, so here we are at the next location, Condo Canyon. This location is definitely a version of Paradise Palms. As you guys know, Paradise Palms is probably one of the most famous POIs in Chapter 1. This site is made with the houses, so you have, I think, 3 mansions. 1, 2, oh no, we have, is that? Yeah, we have 4 mansions over on this side. And on this side of the map, we have the big buildings, we have the hotel, we have the plaza, and then we have the parking lot. Here we go, another Chapter 1 classic returning to Fortnite Chapter 3. We have Greasy Grove back again. So similar to Shifty Shafts, really nothing at all has changed from the previous Greasy Grove. If you guys do remember what it was. But yeah, pretty much you have 2 malls here, and then you have a small restaurant and a bunch of small houses. And bro, I have so many bad memories from landing here during the disco days where you land here and every 5 minutes you get like a disco bomb and you were forced to dance. But otherwise, it's pretty cool having another classic returning to Fortnite. But yeah, the whole thing is pretty much the same, so let's get into the last location. Alright guys, now on to the very last POI, Camp Cuddle. Now this location is indeed a new one. Over here in the lake, in the middle of the lake, you guys remember the chapter 1, the very OG watchtowers. We have it right here in the middle of the lake. So that's a pretty cool reminder of chapter 1. Pretty nostalgic if I do say so myself. But yeah, we have a huge house in the mountain. Again, this sort of reminds me of the whole disco area in chapter 2 on top of the mountain above Misty. We have a couple of cars here that spawn, some RVs, so that's guaranteed metal. Now there's some small huts here, but the interesting about this area is that there's 2 NPCs, which is probably gonna be really good for some free loot. And the NPCs sell the MK7 assault rifle, the COD rifles, those that give you the COD scope like this. So we have another NPC up here at this whole lodge area. And this NPC sells a marksman 6-shooter, an exotic weapon, along with a ranger assault rifle. Okay, that's cool. But yeah guys, that does it for all the new locations in Fortnite. Now onto all the new weapons in Fortnite. Alright guys, so before we talk about all the new weapons in Fortnite, we're going to talk about the new sliding mechanic in Fortnite. So first off, how do you slide in Fortnite? So to slide, you have to run and then hold your crouch button. So my crouch button is Q. If I hold it right now, I'll slide. And obviously when you're going down the slope, it goes way faster. So with sliding, you can do some pretty cool stuff. You can actually do slide canceling as well. So you run, hold Q, press Q, run, hold Q, press Q. And with this, you can run really, really fast. Also, while you're sliding, you can build. So if I run, press Q, I can build walls like this. If I'm going from up to down, so if I rotate my ramps. So this is actually pretty cool. So, and this is actually a huge game changer for comp Fortnite because it does change up how you approach fights and actually how you play endgame. And another thing with sliding, you can also use your weapons while sliding, so you can ADS as well. So I'm sliding like this, hold on my sniper, boom, or with my AR, I'm sliding like this. Along with this, another new mechanic they've added into the game is how trees work. So of course there's some normal trees like these trees, which are completely normal when you break them. Boom, that's it. But with these trees, so you guys can see these are different trees. So you have these normal trees with like the wood sort of brownish, this is sort of whitish color. When you break them, the whole thing chops and it falls down. Oh, I mean, ooh, okay. So we can do some cool stuff like this, but realistically, would you need this in comp Fortnite? That is the question. Also, one more thing you guys didn't know, the boat is back. The Chapter 2 Season 3 boat is back, randomly spawns across the map. This is the best solo drop spot in the world. I remember seeing everyone freaking out about this. But yeah, that's it for all the new mechanics in the game. Now moving on to the new weapons. Alright guys, now on to the new weapons in Chapter 3 Season 1. I'm going to go through my thoughts on all these weapons and all the different types of weapons there are. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So first off, MK7 Assault Rifle. I think my personal favorite and everyone's personal favorite. This is insane. What is this rifle and why does everyone like it? All you guys have to do is ADS with it. Look at this. Oh my god. The first person AR in Fortnite. This thing has a holographic COD scope and this thing is nuts, man. This is cool, especially with its 35 mag and also extremely fast fire rate. Check this out, boys. This thing is nasty, man. I'm not gonna guarantee it, but I kind of have a feeling that this might be nerfed because of how OP it is. This weapon is probably the best in my opinion for close and medium range. But again, in compared to Fortnite, I would reckon that this wouldn't do too well, especially in Storm Surge, because it only does 23 body damage. So I'd probably assume that in long range situations, it'd probably do 15 or something. So definitely not the most ideal weapon for a Storm Surge. But again, perfect gun for medium and close range. So definitely, if you have it in endgame, bro, you're gonna be with this thing. So yeah, one of my favorite guns and definitely the community's favorite gun so far. I've seen on Twitter, everyone is tweeting about it. Anyways, let's check out the next AR. So speaking of ARs, we have the Ranger Assault Rifle. Now this rifle is sort of like the AK. Now one thing to note is that you can't really spray with this weapon if you hold it. It's really slow. This weapon is really slow. It's sort of like the AK in a way, but the reload is faster. But that's probably the only upside to this weapon. Otherwise, you can't really spray with it. You can't do much. Bloom isn't the best either. However, this has a long damage. This weapon does 33 damage, so definitely the choice for Storm Surge tags. But otherwise, I would definitely say no one is going to pick this weapon up. Probably going to go for the MK7. Next up, we have the SMGs. So we have the Stinger SMG, and that's the only SMG in Fortnite currently. Now, this weapon is definitely a control weapon. I can't lie. Check this out, boys. Check this out. 22 damage and 12 fire rate. Probably one of the most broken SMGs I've seen by far. I'm assuming, hopefully, they might get nerfed because otherwise, with the shotguns doing not a lot of damage, which I'll show you guys later, this is not looking very good for the KBM players. Now, one thing I do want to point out about this weapon is that the higher the rarity, the less recoil. So I'm using a gold Stinger SMG. If I aim into the middle and I shoot, check out the recoil here. But if I use a gray one, look at the recoil. It's also pretty cool how in Fortnite, before in Chapter 1 and 2, the higher rarity of the gun, the more damage it does, but now, the higher rarity, the less recoil there is, which is really, really interesting, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, that's that for the SMGs. Now onto the shotgun. I'm not gonna lie, this season is not looking the best for a shotgun. So, we have the two different shotguns, auto and striker pump shotgun. So again, Fortnite removed the spaz. Fortnite removed the pumps from the game. We're now introduced to the new striker pump shotgun. Essentially a pump shotgun, different sound, but the damage is horrible. I don't know why they decided to do this, but this thing does no damage at all. Legendary does 105 for body shots, but to be honest, from everyone I've seen playing right now, no one has been able to hit a single 100 body shot with anything that isn't golden. So yeah, it's really not looking too good for this weapon. And again, with auto shotgun, 75 damage. It's supposed to be like a tac shotgun, but yesterday when I was watching some pro streams, they were hitting 10 damage, 20 damage with this thing. So yeah, not looking the best. Again, with auto shotgun, I would assume it should be faster, but if you look at the firing rate, this is not the fastest. This is pretty slow, I'm not gonna lie. I would rather use a pump shotgun like this, and it would probably still be better, because like, what's really the difference, right? You have pump shotgun has a lot more damage, but the auto shotgun is faster, but there's really no difference, because if you jump in a box with a Stinger SMG, you have an auto shotgun, he only has an SMG, he's gonna kill you real fast. So yeah, this season is really not looking too good for the shotguns. Alright, now on to the last gun. This is probably my personal favorite. Again, as I said, MK7 was my favorite, but this is also really nuts. I really, really like this addition. We have the Hunter Bolt Action Sniper. So they have changed the scope a bit. They've definitely changed the zoom of the sniper and the scope. Sniper now has 3 shots instead of 1, and the scope is definitely magnified by a lot. I'm pretty sure the drop-off has changed a bit, slightly. I'm pretty sure before I need to aim like a bit lower, but I don't think that's that big of an issue. And I'm actually glad that sniper's back. This sniper is actually not that OP, because you can't really quickscope anymore. It takes around a whole second for you to zoom in. So yeah, it's not that OP, and I don't think you can one-shot headshot either. So this purple only does 95. Yeah, it only does 95, and it's a 2 times multiplier. So it won't fully 200 headshot you, but if you're weak, like 175, you are dead. But yeah, guys, that is that for all the new weapons, all the new locations, and all the new mechanics in the game. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you guys found it useful. I'm really enjoying Chapter 3. I'm going to be making a lot of content. I'm going to be grinding uploads. So I hope you guys do subscribe to the channel if you guys want to keep up to date. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.